welcome back to Godoku Tech, and it's been quite a while since our last video. I think over a year ago. It's because I finished school, I had to work, and there's been a lot of things in my life, and I haven't really had time to be able to do my videos. But by God's grace, we are back here, and I think I'll be able to keep it more consistent than this previous year. So if you've missed my videos, really sorry for keeping you waiting, but we are back. We are coming back strong with much better videos. A lot of things happened. I didn't really get time. Oh, and this year too, I went outside the country for the first time. I went to Holland, and I saw a lot of things, great people and very beautiful cities. But we are back here. We are going to do even better videos. So if you are here, then you want to know about the TCL 43-inch TV. It's a 4K TV. It comes with a 4K display, which is 42.5 inches actually, but companies always round up, so 42.5 inches as usual. You see it as 43 inches and to be marketed as such, and it's not so wrong. It's rounding up. We were taught in school that if it is more than 0.4, then you round to the next number. So I believe TCL is in the right for doing this. Okay, so the specifications. Well, I say it's a 4K TV, but the last video I did, the last TV video I did, which was on the TCL 40-inch TV, I had a comment about the resolution. The person said it's a 720p, not an actual 1080p. So I had to do a bit more research about it, and I realized that when you install certain apps to check the resolution for you, the apps will tell you a less resolution than what is being marketed. But that doesn't mean the TV is not a 4K TV. That's actually because when the TV is in certain modes or is displaying certain apps, it doesn't use the full resolution. So the app is not able to detect the extra pixels. So how I really confirmed the resolution was by connecting my PC. So when you connect a 4K TV to your PC, it actually shows you the amount of resolution that you're allowed to show on that display. So with the PC, I was able to see that it's indeed a 4K TV. It's even more than most 4K TVs. Most 4K TVs are not actually or technically 4K. They are Ultra HD. But this TV is a 4K TV, just that it doesn't display 4K all the time due to its processor. Sometimes it doesn't want to overload the processor, so to reduce the resolution so that it's able to display at a faster rate. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have 4K pixels. So I think that should sort out the issue for you. So if you download certain apps on the TV and check and you see 1080p, it shouldn't be a bother for you. TCL is not lying here, and I'm glad they are not. Next is the design. So if you look at this TV, it doesn't look extraordinary. It's basically what most 43-inch TVs look like. The only bit of difference that you see is the silver bar at the bottom and the fabric they used right under the silver bar. It's a fabric there, that's where they are hiding the standby light, and I think it's a nice touch. Of course, they've blacked out the edges so that the screen seems larger than it actually is, but that's standard procedure for most TV companies. TCL gave us a good number of ports. If you look on the right, you find the Ethernet port, a USB port, 2 HDMI ports, and digital audio output. I don't know who needs that port nowadays, but TCL has added it for anyone who may need that port. We also have an AV out. They don't give you the full set of AV, but there's an adapter included that you can insert and then get your AV input. Finally, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left side of the TV, there is the port for the power cable. With the ports on this TV, I don't think anyone will need anything extra. You of course get your input for analog, digital, antenna, and also for satellite. So if you are wondering if this TV has satellites, it has satellite, so you can connect your satellite dish directly to it without a decoder, and you can also watch digital and analog TV on it. Of course, it's a TV, so that's the main essential things, and there are other extra ports which should be sufficient for any use case you may have for this TV. Okay, now let's talk a bit about the display. Of course, that's the main part of the TV. The main reason why people buy the TV is to watch. So if the display isn't good, then you don't have a very good TV. But TCL didn't really fail in this department. They focused on this TV, and as I already iterated, it is a 4K panel, and the colors are also quite good. It's not as good as maybe something you get from Samsung, but because of the price, which I'll talk about later, but because the price is much lower than what you are getting from Samsung, I don't think anyone will go wrong with this display. When it comes in the standard mode, the default setting, it's not very saturated, but the colors are quite sufficient and accurate. They are accurate enough that I was able to use it for video and photo editing, and I was quite satisfied with the output. For movies too, it supports HDR10. So if you have a movie that's HDR10 and 4K, you not go wrong with this TV. It displays all the colors that you may want to view on this TV. Most people actually will just watch the standard and wouldn't really need to change the mode. But if you're not satisfied with this, there are a lot of display modes that you can go through, and TCL actually allows you to customize the look of the display quite a bit, unlike the 40-inch that I reviewed last time. This TV is a bit more dynamic, so you can change a lot of things and then change the look to your preference. You can make it more warm, more cool, more color saturated or less saturated. Just edit it till you feel it's good. But for me, even right out of the box, the default look is good because I mostly use it with a PC. But for movies, I usually switch to the dynamic, and for YouTube, I usually go to Smart HDR. Now you go to the bottom part of this TV and then you find two 20-watt speakers which give quite good sound. For music, you can't go wrong with this TV, but most people won't be using this TV for music, rather for movies. And for movies, I found that sometimes the bass in the speakers is a bit much. So I had to go in the settings and also reduce the bass a little so that I can get more clarity with the voice and dialogue. But besides that, I didn't really have an issue with this TV's sound. You can listen to this audio sample to give you an idea of how good it sounds. Bear in mind that this audio sample is recorded with my microphones, and also YouTube has compressed it, and then you're also hearing it through your own speaker, so it won't be as good as standing in front of the TV yourself. So you can take my word for it that you won't have much of a problem with these speakers, and most people actually connect external speakers to the TV, so there's no issue with sound. My usage experience: if you watch the last video, the 40-inch TCL TV, you realize that most of the things come back in this TV. It's almost the same thing, only this time it's 43 inches and it comes with a 4K panel and larger speakers. Because of the 4K panel, you're actually able to game better with this PC. You remember from my last video, if you watched it, that I said it wasn't that good for gaming because when you sit closer, you notice the pixels and it's not as sharp and clear for gaming. But because this is a 4K panel, you can sit closer and still have a good gaming experience. But it won't really work well for competitive gaming like Fortnite or Rocket League because it's only up to 60 Hz. So the refresh rate will be a bit lacking because some people need about at least 90 frames a second or 90 Hz to be able to get an advantage when they are doing competitive gaming. So 60 Hz is good for your regular games, any minor or regular games you may play, any PlayStation games you may have to play. But when it comes to competition where you need an advantage over the other player, I think this TV may be a bit lacking. But it depends on your choice. Some people actually game with 60 Hz, competitive gaming 60 Hz, and they are okay. So it's just up to you. I'm just giving my thoughts on this. It's not a gaming display, it's a TV. So if you want to use it as a TV, the display is quite okay. Another thing with my experiences, I had the same issue again with the mouse and keyboard. When the mouse pointer hovers over something, the UI doesn't react in any way for you to know that when you click, it will actually select that thing. But when you click, it selects what the mouse is hovering over. I just wish TCL will be able to update this like I said last time, so that when the mouse hovers over something, the UI actually shows that it notices the mouse, and it's just a better experience altogether. The remote is also what you get from the 40-inch. Actually, I'm able to use the same remote on the 40-inch and the 43-inch. It's the exact same remote. I can literally take the remote from the 43-inch, send it to the 40-inch TV, press it, and it still works. So it's not a different remote at all. And because of Google Assistant, you don't really need numbers in a remote nowadays. All you have to do is just say the number to the remote, and then the TV changes automatically. One other thing I also noticed that wasn't on the 40-inch TV is on the back there's the power button and also a switch for the microphone. I think this is for privacy. If you don't want your TV to be listening at all, you can just turn off the mic and then you are sure that your TV isn't just listening to you all the time. We've all heard the phrase the walls have ears, and nowadays our TVs also have ears, and TCL gives you the option to shut the TV's ears off. But I don't think most people will even touch this button because people don't really care about privacy that much. But it's nice to see that TCL thought about this and added a switch for it. Okay, so there's one main issue I had with this TV, and I don't even think most people will ever come across this issue. But I connect my PC to the TV a lot, and when you connect it and you use the recommended setting, there are black bars on the sides. It doesn't show full screen, it doesn't use all the pixels unless you use the highest resolution. And with that, even if you show a 16 by 9 video, the TV doesn't display it in 16 by 9, so you get the black bar still. Nowadays, most movies don't use 16 by 9, but if you just get a 16 by 9 video and you display it on this, there are black bars, and it's a bit uncomfortable for me to use a display with black bars on the sides, but I was able to get used to it after some time. That was the main issue. Whenever you're using something in the recommended settings, you get black bars. So I had to use other means to get the full resolution. But apart from that, I didn't really have an issue with this TV. And that brings me to my conclusion. This TV is priced around 2,550 cedis, which is about $255. I don't think there's another TV that offers a much better experience. I think most TVs around this price give you this, but some are more expensive and you get quite the same experience as this TV. So if you're looking for a 4K 43-inch TV, that is around $255. I don't think you go wrong with a TCL 43P715. I can easily recommend this TV for anyone. If anyone asks me that they want a 43-inch 4K TV, I can easily recommend this TV for them, knowing that they won't really have issues with it. Okay, thank you for watching this video once again. And like I said, this time I'll try and be more consistent. I know I've been absent for quite a while, and if you miss my videos, I'm really sorry for making you go through this. And I lost some people, I lost some subscribers when I went on this very long break. But I've also seen that some new people have come to join, and I promise you that I'll try my very best to give you more of such videos. I've seen some very nice comments along the line, and I really appreciate the comments coming in. Also, you can comment on this video and tell me what you think. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Let me know. If you really think it's good, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get updated on my next video. And you see me in the next one. Stay blessed. Bye.